Hi again, everybody. All right, today I am going to be painting on NARA 12-inch rounds. This is the, if you can see it, maybe up too close. There you go. This is one of the brands that I really enjoy using. It's heat resistant. It's not heat proof, but it is heat resistant. It doesn't stain like Yupo does. You can clean your paper off if you don't like what you've got on there. And it comes in a wide variety of sizes and, you know, different diameters of circles, and you got squares in different sizes, rectangles different sizes. It comes in white, it comes in black. I really do like the NARA products. Just keep in mind, the bigger paper you get, although this is with any brand, but the bigger paper you get, the more expensive it's going to get. So if you're starting out, you might want to try and start small with that. All right, I will also be using my Revlon brand curling brush hair dryer thingy. I don't know what it's even called. Styling brush hair dryer, I guess. But I just removed the brush attachment from the end. Pops off real easy. There's just a little, I think it might be that. It just says curl release. I can't remember. I've been using this thing for a couple of years. I can't remember now how I got the end off. But anyway, that's what this is. You can find this and everything that I'm using today through my Amazon links, which are in the description box below. I have Amazon links for the US, Canada, and the UK down there. All right. Oh, I use this on the cool setting almost exclusively. I rarely use one of the heat settings, just FYI. That's a question I get asked a lot. Also, I really haven't decided on my colors yet, but let me get this first. 99% alcohol, nothing added, just 99% alcohol in a little needle nose bottle. And this is Pinata brand, or the Jacquard brand Pinata line of alcohol inks. This is the Pinata Brass for the metallic. Nothing mixed with that. That's just straight Pinata Brass. It's just in this needle nose bottle for ease of application. The bottle I buy it in doesn't have an applicator tip, and I don't want to pour it all over the paper. All right, these are all Ranger inks. This is Pitch Black, Purple Twilight, and if you're buying Purple Twilight, no, the bottle doesn't look like this. This one just has ink all over the outside of it. So let's see, Pitch Black, Purple Twilight, Pistachio, and Cobalt. Now that's what I have set here to use. I don't know if I might throw in something else or not. So I haven't really decided. I was just in the mood to do something really dark today, but I didn't want it to be too dark, which is why I threw in the pistachio. Now, before I get started, I'm going to do a shameless plug right here for some of my merchandise. See my lovely little Artfully abstract little tumbler I've got here. You can find these if you go to my channel's homepage. There's a store link there, or a store tab that you can find, and you can see some of my things that are printed with paintings that I've done. If you click on one that says, underneath it says spring and has a link, that'll take you to my full spring storefront, which has a lot more things than what just the YouTube thing does. But also in the description box, I think it's in the description box. How embarrassing is that? I can't even remember. Somewhere below the video, there are a few of the items that you can see on like what they call a merch shelf down there. So anyway, I'm really happy with this. I know you all can't see it, but I'm actually wearing one of the shirts today that I got. Let's see if you can see my shirt. See my shirt? My Artfully abstract shirt. So, I've been really happy. I ordered a few of the things because I wanted to see, you know, what the quality was going to be like and how the printing was going to be. So far the things that I've gotten, I have been really, really happy with. So, there we go. There's my commercial for now. Sorry, I had to get a sip of my coffee out of my lovely little tumbler here. And in case you're wondering, yes, the tumbler is leak proof. It is now upside down over my paper. That's how much confidence I have in that. Or spill proof. You don't have to worry about it spilling if you tip it over, which I do frequently. So, all right, let's get started. I sound like that guy on boxing, you know, the one that retired. The let's get ready to rumble. So, okay, now that I've got that out of my system and I've splattered black ink, all right, let's just start down here then, being as I've already got some black down there. And I am, as I frequently do, just sort of playing this by ear because I don't know. I don't know what I wanted to do, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've already managed to get ink on my hands. That shouldn't surprise any of you. And I really wish that I had something, you know, specific in mind for this, but I just really don't. Just having one of those days like I frequently have where I really want to paint, but just can't decide what I want to paint. Don't know. You know, no specific composition or shape or anything in mind. I'm not sure why I'm not in a bad mood or anything, so I'm not sure why I just really wanted to do something really dark today. So all I'm doing right now is just, you know, putting down the ink, a drop or two of brass, and then just kind of spreading, you know, or putting a little alcohol on it, spreading it out a little. Because I think what I'm probably going to end up with is just sort of a, most of my colors in the middle and just wisp them out towards the sides. But I don't know. I have no idea. Sometimes it's just fun to just mess around, see where it takes you. Sometimes it's somewhere good, sometimes it's not. We'll hope for the somewhere good part today. Excuse me. There's a tip for you when you're blending. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll go ahead and mention it again. You're blending two colors together. The best way to do it is to just give one of your colors a quick swipe over the other one, you know, and then instantly start blowing it back, but keep blowing from the same direction as much as you can for a minute, because that'll pick up this ink and blow it into the other to give you a much softer, more even blend there. Man, I am burning up all of a sudden. I've been freezing to death all day. I had this hoodie on and now I am just all of a sudden roasting. See, I didn't do that quite as much on this one because I didn't want to blow my ink. Hope y'all can hear me. I didn't want to blow my blue ink too far this direction. I didn't want to join up with this over here. So that was why you did see me kind of trying to corral it a little bit. But you can see I still got a decent fade on it there. It just did end up leaving me a little extra line right there, but that's fine because that doesn't look bad at all. And I don't know what is with me today. I've got splatters, drips, and I'm down to my last cotton swab. I have to find some more of those. As you can see there, if I'd use a clean part. Anyway, the NARA doesn't stain. I don't know if you all can. There we go. It doesn't stain. If you use clean stuff to clean it with, it doesn't stain. You can just get that off with a cotton swab with a little bit of alcohol on it. And that's not a stain if you can see it. That's just where I used the dirty end of my cotton swab right there. And now I can't find the alcohol. But anyway, that's, that is one of the good things about the NARA that I really like. Sometimes I like the staining that Yupo gives you because you do get a little bit of extra depth out of it. But I like having the choice of whether I want something that stains or not, because there are times I really don't want that staining. This is, I don't think it's even going to turn out as dark as I wanted it to. I could have gone a little bit heavier on the black. Well, I could go a little bit heavier on all of it and make it darker. But a really important thing for those of you who are new is you don't want to get too much ink on there, because if you do, you're going to end up with those really thick, kind of icky looking lines in it, like buildup of ink that is, raised up, gives you that 3D look. I don't want too much of the pistachio. I just wanted to kind of highlight a few areas with it. Kind of end up with all my purple on one side at the rate I'm going. So Can you all see you see the blends that you can get if you're careful about, you know, blowing the same direction for a minute to get that, whatever color you've gone over top of, to get it blown across your newer color. And once again, I have managed to splatter ink. Now, I didn't get to that quick enough right there. You can see where I did not get a good blend on that. But that's okay, because that can be fixed. It's obviously easier to get your blends good to start with, but you can go back over it and fix it. Usually the best way to do it is with just a drop of brass and just a few drops of alcohol, and just sort of work that. You're going to lose a little of your individual color by doing that, but not, you know, not all of it by any means. Sorry, I'm just thinking, trying to decide where to head next. This is the weirdest bottle. Y'all see how the tip of it's bent? It came like that. I think it didn't get cut. Yeah. I think it didn't get cut quite short enough in the factory or something, and it bent when the lid got put on it. I think I'm going to go ahead and try and spread this out a little before I decide what else to do, where else to go. If anywhere else. The only thing, I mean, I would like to get a little more purple in there, and I would like to get a little more pistachio somewhere. But I also don't want to, I don't want it to come all the way to the edge. Although I think I'm going to put one more drop here. Alright, so you can see I kind of, you know, blended that all the way down. I just kept, I almost took a drink out of my alcohol bottle. This alcohol bottle, not another one. Not the drinkable kind. My throat is just staying so dry today for some reason. Plus, I'm just a coffee addict, as any of you all who have watched my channel too much know. Okay, now, I think I'm not going to put any more brass down right now. Lid on it. And remember to wipe your drips off of the brass. I am the world's worst to forget to do that, and that's what these came from, is just I mean, I'll get the rest of that with some alcohol in a little bit, but that's where those came from. When I shook my bottle, those little splatters came off. Now, the thing is where to start. So you kind of need to have some sort of composition in mind to know where to start. Because now it's time to really start shaping it. And my brain's going, duh. So, here we go. That when you're blending and you're blowing that one direction a pretty good bit, watch out for the little fingers that'll try and get away from you sometimes. Because, the more that you are applying air in one direction, the more likely you are to get a buildup of ink that's going to kind of run away from you right there. So kind of keep an eye out for that. And also, when you're working on your composition, keep in mind how you want to finish this out. If you want to frame it, if you want to mount it on something, just keep in mind like where your edges are. If you mat something, you're going to lose part of your edge. So you don't want to get your wispies all the way to the edge and end up losing them in the end. So keep that in mind when you're spreading your stuff out, sort of working on your composition. Another handy thing that y'all have seen me use is just this little, I don't know, it's sort of like a little, it's something for acrylic painting. I can't ever remember what it's called. It doesn't matter what you use. I have used, as you can see, this is the back end of an old makeup brush, which I use the brush for other things. But, I mean, I've used it before just to kind of get the ink moving where you want it to go. I'm having a rough time today with my ink getting away from me. I'm doing that on the outside to keep from leaving a hard edge. I didn't want a big, something that looked like that out here. And that was me trying to prevent fingers so that I could keep that blowing that direction for quite a while. I didn't want it to, I wanted to push it that way good. And if I kept blowing that way without, pushing it back up every now and then, I was going to end up with a big long finger of ink that I didn't want. I don't know why I'm shaking my alcohol. One of those weirdo days. Alright, so that was a little trickier. A minute, I'll turn this off and tell you. Because I did want to pick up some of the purple Twilight and the black, and I wanted to bring it out this way a little bit. And so I had to put the alcohol in the center, which makes it a little bit trickier, and you've really got to watch your blends when you do that. And really watch where your ink's going. And remember, you're going to end up with a different color than what what any of that is, because all of your ink colors right there are going to mix together as they come out this way. As you can see, now I've got like this much more dense ink out here that I've got to really watch as I'm moving it to make sure that I don't end up with a really big, thick problem that I don't want. And the more you can spread it out, the less likely it is that you're going to run into that problem. But when you condense it, into a small area, you're much more likely to have big, thick buildup. But I'll show you. I think you can see right in here. I can't tell if the thing's focused or not. But anyway, right in here, it's still shiny looking, but that's where I've got some ink buildup right there. So, you just want to, I've got my fingerprint in it now too. You just want to watch out for that. Now, when I'm working with certain things, I always make sure that I clean this off with alcohol before I use it again, like on the same painting. You know, obviously if I was working with orange and green at the same time, or, you know, a dark color and a very light color, I don't want to, well, like, let's just say like the black and the pistachio. If I had black on it and I wanted to blend the pistachio up here, I would want to clean it off. But right now, all I'm doing is moving blends anyway, so that I don't, you know, don't really care about. It won't really matter if it gets a dab of the other color in it because it's already got it anyway, most likely. Ooh. I hate it when I knock my alcohol bottle over. It always gives me a jolt for a second because I'm afraid it's splattered across the painting. Be real careful about using this once your ink has gotten too dry too, because it will sort of leave scratch marks in your ink. Sorry, I know y'all probably really hate it when I do that, and I should just stop the video while I'm pondering the directions that I want to go next. Sorry, shook y'all around a little. Had to turn it off for a second, get some clothes in the dryer. Multitasking today. See, I don't like this where it's too perpendicular. That's just me, so I'm gonna pull a little more out there. As I mentioned before about staying away from your edges if you're going to mat it or anything, with this one I am going to mount it on a wooden circle, so I'm not worried about if I go all the way to the edge. I hope this is staying in frame good for you all. If I look up to see, then I'm going to have ink going all over the place. So, and I just can't keep my paper still, just because that's the way I am. So I'm just trying to blend this a little in the center where I got, a few little fingers of ink or didn't get it, it just didn't look right. See, like when I did that, it didn't look right there. And plus it's too light in the center. Should have put some more dark color in the middle. I'm struggling between, you got to just find that balance between getting enough ink, enough alcohol to get the ink to move, and not so much that you can't get it dry in time. So I'm kind of struggling at the moment to find that balance. Alright, one more little thing here and I think I'll be done. I'm going to pull some of that purple this way. I think I may lose the tiny little bit of pistachio that I still have there, but I just feel like I need to pull some other color out a little bit. Now that did get more black than purple out that way, but that's okay. I still feel like, you know, it's not black. Got a little bit of the purple picked up with it. You know, there's some other things that I could do. Oops, I missed a spot. Okay, not done yet. Let's fix that. Trying to decide which angle I kind of want to come at it from. Let's just do this. This is what happens when you fix a spot. You always mess up something else and have to go back and fix even more. But that's alright. That's just part of it. And there are certain places that, for me, it's just definitely worth it to go back and fix it. Even if it means I have to spend a few more minutes trying to blend everything back into other places. There are some things that just really need to be fixed. Alright, look at it better this time. See, I got a little drop of alcohol right there. You gotta be real careful over that. But if I go back right now and try to fix that, I'm gonna end up losing all my green that's left in here, or at least most of it. Now I could kind of blend it this way. Then I'll lose a lot of the blue. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to fix that or not. Actually, I think I will, just because I don't feel like this is blended here enough. Because you've got this hard edge and then this hard edge and then this like totally different color in between. So that's one of those things that as I look at it is gonna be the only thing that I see now that I've noticed it. So I'm gonna just try to do a little bit right there and hope that I don't have to go back and do a whole lot more other places, because sometimes that happens. I almost waited until that got too dry right there to try and move it with my stick. But I'm gonna leave it like it is. Now the only other thing that I'll do is, you know, I'll go back and get off the little spots. And let's see, I do have a little spot of dark ink right there. Let's see, I think that one's clean enough. So that, so you just very gently, with just a tiny bit of alcohol on your, I'm trying to find one that's clean on one end. You don't want to do a lot of alcohol if you have to touch up in it somewhere, because otherwise you're going to get too much alcohol on your paper and it's going to push out and you're going to end up having a problem with it pushing your ink out and leaving you a sort of a white spot. Alright, I think I've got most of it now that I need to get. You know, there is that little spot of gold that I should have gotten off right in there, but that makes me a little nervous trying to get out of there, because that's so close to where it's darker. You know, where your colors are super pastel on the edge, it's not really noticeable. But if you do something like that in where it's darker, it's definitely going to be very noticeable. So, all right, well, that is, that's it. I'm going to call it quits on this one. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Since I didn't really have anything in mind to start with, you know, it's kind of a blob, but it's a pretty blob. It's got some nice wispy edges on it. So, all right, well, I hope you all enjoyed this. And, you know, I'll be back with something soon. I keep trying to think of new things, because I feel like you all are getting tired of seeing kind of the same things from me over and over. I feel like I do too much of the exact same thing. So, you know, if there's things that you would like to see me try, or, you know, just leave it in the comments below the videos. And some of it I can do, some of it I don't know that I can do, because I've gotten a couple of suggestions that are just things that you can't do with alcohol inks. They just don't, they don't function like acrylic paints, even though they are a fluid art form, just like acrylics are. It's not, yeah, they just don't move the same way. They're too watery. So, or alcohol-y, I don't know. All right, well, anyway, so I'll stop talking now, let y'all go. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I love all of you, and I will be back soon.